Damn, how much for one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari. Matt, how do I put this in drive?
Turn the key.
There's no start button?
Turn the key.
It's not starting.
You didn't turn the immobilizer switch off.
How the hell do I do that?
Hit the button.
What button?
On the key.
How do I put this thing in drive?
Click the paddle.
It didn't work. Oh wait, here we go.
No, that's not it.
Hi, I'm Matt. And I'm also Matt. We're here to bring you car reviews, car comparisons for the everyday person who wants to know what it's really like to own, drive, and mod these cars.
Today I present to you Jason's 2004 Ferrari 360 Spider. Yeah, so this is Jason's 360 Spider, man. The same guy that let us, drive his Aston Martin. For some reason, trusted us to drive his Ferrari. Yeah, he's pretty crazy for that. But I will say that this car, first impression, it's not just a car. This is a lifestyle choice. You have to be committed to owning a Ferrari 360 to own this car. Dude, for real. I mean, this car, we said a lot in the Aston video, is quirky. This thing is quirky. I think Jason's got this thing for quirkiness, quirky cars. I think he has this thing for cars that, go through a 10-step process in order to drive it to the grocery store. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Moving on to the front of the car, the classic Ferrari aerodynamic design. Sharp enough to cut through your insecurities, Webb. Yeah, speaking about insecurities, let's talk about size. So the size of this trunk is just big enough to fit about a backpack, and that's it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into this trunk because the last time I tried to get into a trunk, you tried to lock me in. Yeah.
So we're gonna skip the mat test on the trunk there.
All right. So
plus there's also some really expensive Ferrari gear in there that I just don't feel like touching. Yeah. Because the second I touch it, it's just gonna fall apart.
We don't want to mess with any of the Ferrari stuff.
And so yeah, so in order to open this trunk and basically do anything in the car, you have to have the ignition on in the car.
Really?
So you have to go into the car, turn the key on, then you have to open up this thing in the center console to pop the trunk.
And also the gas cap and
the gas cap
and everything else.
And everything else. There's a little drug compartment in the back. You have to have the ignition on to open that. So if you want to hide your drugs and your Ferrari,
I feel like when Ferrari engineers were designing this car, they were like, how much can we just mess with the people buying?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. They know that people will still buy these cars even if they put all those quirks.
Dude, it is a lifestyle. And for you to get a red Ferrari with, the classic tan brown interior, man.
And the drop top.
And as we mentioned, this car is a Spider. I have a love-hate relationship with the Spider because I'm driving it with the top up and I'm like, man, I wish it was a freaking hard top. But then you just put the top down and it's like, this car almost was meant to be like this.
Total douchebag mode right now. I am an asshole and I drive a Ferrari.
Yeah,
well, and no one's gonna tell me any different. You know what? I'm gonna do what I want here. You get cut off? Too bad. I'm in a Ferrari.
I don't know, man. This thing, just for me, this model year for me is kind of like the last of the classic looking Ferraris. Everything from the interior, the way it looks, it just looks like that old school Ferrari that I used to have model cars of. You know what I mean? And seeing it just screams nostalgia. I mean, this car is not that old to me because I was in high school when this car came out, but
I was in diapers.
You were in diapers. But for me, this was the model car that I had, you know what I mean? And I don't know, just seeing it in person and there's just something about it. There's something about that emblem. There's something about the body lines of the car, how small it is, the engine cover being glass, seeing the motor. It's just, I don't know, man, it's just classic. Moving on to the back of the car, this car has the 3.6 liter V8, pushing out about 400 horsepower.
Yeah. And made it to that is gonna be the F1 trans, unfortunately.
It's not a gated manual?
No, it's not a gated manual.
Yeah, good luck finding one of those.
Yep. So just to give you perspective, not too much hate on Jason for buying the F1 trans over the manual. $40,000 difference.
Whew. Yeah, I'll take the F1 trans.
It's not the best. They do make conversion kits for it now. I would say it's a little sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it just reminds me of the old school BMW SMG. I know we compare everything to BMWs, but it is what it is. It's going to be that, you know, single clutch. It's going to be a little, it's going to be like driving a manual car, but you hit a button to shift the gears.
I like it personally.
Yeah.
It's got the same raw experience as banging gears,
Really?
but without like the.
Yeah. No, that's kind of how it shifts, actually. Kind of slow and sluggish.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, I would obviously prefer to have 3 pedals. I don't know that I wouldn't spend the money.
I wouldn't spend the money, especially when the kit, I think now is like 10 or 12 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's the best part about this is you know, Jason's has the understanding that one day the F1 pump's gonna go out or this, that, whatever. And at that point,
you just gotta know
it's just gonna go manual swap.
Yeah, and you just gotta know it's gonna happen. I mean, you buy this car for the passion of it. Like, you're gonna get it the way it is. And honestly, like, having it like this, you can enjoy to drive it. You can still put it in a drive mode where you're not flipping paddles. Like, it's pretty cool. You know, one thing we haven't mentioned is that this car is primarily stock. I mean, Jason likes to keep his car stock, and to be honest, I don't blame him.
I love it.
What more can you really do to this thing? Like, he put wheel spacers on the back. I think it sits absolutely perfect. You got the clear glass showing off the engine, like.
Which, by the way, I learned this today. Unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately. Unfortunately, after I slammed the trunk, I fortunately learned that if you do that, you can break the glass.
Yeah, let's not break the glass.
Don't break the Ferrari glass.
That's gonna cost you a pretty penny.
So don't slam the engine cover.
I mean, like, if I owned one of these things, maybe some really nice wheels. I think the suspension sits super low already. I love the rear end of this car, rear diffuser. Maybe I'd add like a super cool brake light, make it look like an F1 car. You know, but other than that, like, that's the really cool thing about reviewing these supercars for me is like, and we haven't really touched on it. It's almost like there's really nothing to do to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, wheels maybe just to give it an updated look and better offset, but other than that, like, I wouldn't touch this car, man. This thing is beautiful. Maybe a loud exhaust or a louder exhaust, but something with valves that you can make it quiet again if you want to. Like,
this also isn't just a new supercar that you can hop in and it's smooth, and this is one of those you got to know what you're getting yourself into, really.
Yeah, and you almost don't want to mess with it too much.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with it too much. I mean, I think at most, you know, an exhaust is cool, but the stock exhaust sounds awesome, dude.
It does. It is. For me, it's a little quiet on the low end, but when you're ripping on it, it sounds crazy.
So Jason actually said there's 2 different valves that open up in this exhaust. One at like 4,000 or 5,000 and one at like 6,000.
Oh, nice.
So that's why, you know, when you rip on it, you really hear it up at the top end. But cruising around town, it's just got that nice grumble.
It's honestly a gorgeous car, and the car's going to speak for itself. Like, it's a classic. I mean, $80,000 for this car, give or take, nowadays. Is it worth it? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So what do you think about that trans, brother?
It feels like an SMG, honestly. I would say it's actually a little smoother than an SMG. I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with it. I kind of love how it gives the car so much character. It makes it feel like it's a manual car. You have to know how to drive it. Like, you can't downshift into first. You can't, like,
At speed.
You know, you kind of have to be smooth even when you're shifting the gears, kind of cruising around so that it's not bucking on you. I absolutely love the paddle shifters. It doesn't feel video gamey, like, it feels very mechanical. Other first impressions of the car for me, it's like, can't see out the freaking back with those with those big, like, air intakes. This car's super quirky. Like, I've heard that this lever can break and you can accidentally put the car in reverse at like 80 miles an hour and it'll actually go into reverse. So to me,
blow up the transmission.
Yeah, and to me that's hilarious because, like, you have to put the key in ignition mode in order to open any compartment. You have to, like, they have all these fail safes, like, if the tail light goes out,
can't go anywhere.
The car won't move. But yet, hey, Ferrari engineers are like, but, you know, put it in, you know, put it in reverse.
Put it in reverse, 80 miles an hour.
It's fine now.
It's fine now.
You know? The car itself, like, you just, like I said earlier, you have to have somewhat, like, mechanical knowledge or, like, process of elimination knowledge in order to drive this car, because there's just a lot of really interesting things that can go on. One thing I really love about this car is the interior, man. I think it's extremely understated. I think it's classic. For me, it's as close to what I would want out of a sports car as any of the cars that we've driven. And I say that because things like
the gauge cluster, for example. Not like a Porsche, I can actually see every gauge, which is pretty awesome.
Another thing is this car smells identical to the Aston. I think it's just how much leather and what leather they use.
It's a lot of leather in here as well.
Same thing with this car as the Aston. There's no creaks or anything.
Also, can we talk about the freaking fighter pilot style switches to open everything? Like, how cool is this, dude? It's like, weak.
And then, you ready? Drug compartment.
Okay, then. I love that every gauge is analog except the gas gauge. They're like, we're technology. You know what I mean? Just for that.
But it's like, it's very, what do you call it? Period correct for 2004.
Whoa, 2004 was f***ing modern, dude. Come on now. I would say it's like a period back, to be honest, bro.
I mean, it is a 90s car. They did start making it in the 90s. So for me, like this is good for 2004, but for you, I mean, you lived in the 90s.
Well, my first cars were 90s cars, and I can tell you my E36 M3 has more shit than this. No, I mean, like, as far as information.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we have a computer, we have like things that tells you like brake lights.
This has it too. This has navigation. I don't know how you would use that, but it has navigation.
You know what? Just unsubscribe, because I don't know what the I'm talking about.
So the funny part about this is when Jason taught me how to drive this car, he said, hey, in the glove box I have one of these. And I said, what's that, Jason? He said, it's a fire stick. He says, what is this, a Roku? Like a Roku fire stick? No, this is in case the car catches fire, you pull the top off to put it out. And I said, Jason, I've got a bigger fire extinguisher in the M3 if you want me to grab that. Nah, it's okay. It'll probably be all right.
Dude, this thing is crazy. See, you know what's so funny? I'm over here complaining about like, oh, the transmission's slow and the fucking and
then you rip on it.
And then you get on it and it's like, yeah.
That's the thing. It's a Ferrari, dude. It wasn't intended to drive in the city just slow.
Yeah, that's true. Mountain roads, man. This thing would.
So actually, that's one thing that Jason was talking about. They took it on like a little rally in the back roads of Ocala.
Yeah.
And he said it did amazing. Jason's actually tracked this car.
Yeah, he did. He told me he did Daytona in this car.
Which so what he was saying too is like when the car kind of is adaptive, when you drive it and you're like on the brakes hard and you're like up in the RPMs, downshifts are more responsive.
Yeah.
Versus like if you're just cruising around town and you're like barely on the brakes, just downshifting, of course it's going to be a little bit more rough, not as smooth as we'd like it to be.
Jumping on what you were saying, talking about the performance of this car, 3.6 liter, 400 horsepower. I mean, honestly, for me, this is the world of car I like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care to have more power than this.
No.
And this car feels unbelievable. It obviously doesn't have very much torque. It's a 3.6 liter, right? But up top, or when you hit it at that 5,000 RPM mark, like, you feel the power of it. The steering, hands down, best steering I think I've ever felt ever.
There's no dead zone at all.
Like, no dead zone whatsoever. Also, for me, I like a stiff steering wheel, like a stiff, like steering.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like this feels really stiff. It's not loosey-goosey. It's not luxury at all by any means. It doesn't feel like a stock E90 M3. It feels like an E90 M3 with wider front tires
and camber plates.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
It's very relative to that.
Yeah.
And we're using that based on that's the knowledge that we have.
Yeah.
Feels very similar to that. And the no torque is very similar to an NA E90 M3, and it's about the same power too.
This car doesn't feel light like the McLaren felt light. Like, I don't know why, this car just doesn't feel that light to me. I mean, I'm sure, I know it is, but it just doesn't feel that light.
I wonder if that has something to do with it being a convertible.
My only complaint about the way the car feels driving wise, like I just was expecting it to feel like a super darty light sports car, and don't get me wrong, it is, but you can feel the weight. You see what I'm saying? You feel the weight moving on it.
Where, like I said, I wonder if that's a convertible thing, because
it could be. That's
like with the convertible M3 and owning a convertible M3 and then owning the sedan M3, you feel a huge difference. Oh yeah.
Wow, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, I get the lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's worth
this
it.
is,
all the quirks, or like bad quirks of like, oh, I gotta close the trunk, this, that, whatever, that all goes away. I'm like, nah,
Oh, dude.
nah.
Yeah, I mean, it just reminds me of like every fucking 80s movie, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like every Ferrari.
Every movie with a Ferrari
Every
in
movie
it,
with a
it's
Ferrari
exactly
in it,
that.
yeah. All right, let's do one more pull for the people. We're gonna hit it at 4,000, 5,000. That's about 40 to 10.
We can't say those numbers on YouTube, Matt. Horn test.
Oh, horn test.
How do you horn?
Right here.
Oh, that's a manly horn.
The horn's not bad. But the fact that you really can't slam first, you know what I mean?
I mean, you probably could. We just don't want. Look, there's a little kid.
Yeah.
He loves it. That's cool. You're gonna do it for the kids.
We're doing it for the kids.
Do it for the kids. Yeah, you get people looking or whatever, but to have a kid hanging his head out the window looking at
Yeah,
you,
just like,
it's pretty sick.
yeah. My favorite car that my dad brought me home as a model car was a freaking Ferrari Testarossa, you know?
Yeah.
And like that was the iconic red Ferrari of its time and of my time. And these kids now, you know, just growing up now, they know what this car is.
Yeah.
I would say it's one of the only car brands that people are, that and probably Lamborghini, I would say
Yeah.
as well. But it's just so iconic. You know what I mean? Like they want to see that. I mean, that probably made that kid's day. It would have made
100%.
made my day.
It would have made my day
You
too.
know what I mean? And yeah, like that's why when, you know, Jason or even our buddy Greg that also had a Ferrari, like they would talk about it like it's a lifestyle, man.
I don't know, man. That F1 trans kind of sucks.
Careful what you say, man. Jason's watching this.
Hey, man. He said if the trans goes, he's gonna swap it to manual anyway.
You can't betray the prancing horse like that, dude. They're gonna send us a cease and desist.
Dude, this thing sounds awesome. Oh my god, dude.
This thing is so raw, dude.
Dude,
It feels like an F1 car, dude. I wonder why.
I wouldn't say F1 car.
This is my F1 car. I'll tell you why.
It's probably the closest thing we're ever going to get to driving an F1 car. What I love about this car is like, again, it goes back to being like, it reminds me of the old school Ferrari. Like there's really nothing crazy here. Everything's super simple.
Yeah.
I love, obviously, again, I know we always mention it, the steering wheel with nothing on it.
Yeah, it's literally
Fixed paddle
just
shifters.
and it's thick too. It's
Yeah.
got some girth to it. Like even just now, I was downshifting, and like you can feel the clunks like from. Like I mean, I get if you are looking for a car to just be smooth with, this is not it. This car is a lifestyle. It is not just like, oh, I want to buy a Ferrari to look cool.
I mean, the thing is, you're paying good money for this car still, given the age, even the mileage compared to others.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? I mean, the car is super, super quirky. I mean, we thought the Aston was quirky. This is on a whole nother level.
Even just driving this thing for 20 minutes, we stopped at a gas station and I opened up the engine bay because it's really hot outside in Florida right now. I don't know if you knew about that. Opened up the engine bay cover and it looks like it says the top is open. And I tried cycling the top, I tried closing the engine bay, I tried closing the front trunk. I called Jason, I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. I started freaking out. I was like, we're getting trapped at the gas station.
But that's all part of the lifestyle of owning a Ferrari. These cars are super funny. I mean, you gotta look at this. I love this F1 World Championship badge right here, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002 on the dash. Like my generation is used to driving these type of cars, like the E46 M3 SMG.
Right.
Is a lot like this. I mean, honestly, I would actually say this feels smoother than that. I'm surprised how quiet it is in here.
Right.
Like even
there's
being
no
a
like
convertible.
creaks.
Yeah, there's no creaks. There's nothing like that. You don't hear the engine that loud when
Unless
you're just
ripping.
cruising, which I actually enjoy. Like, I actually like that. I would love to hear what this car sounds like with a crazy exhaust on it. My first impression of this car is like I could see why it's worth the money, but $80,000 for a car this old?
So actually, the value on these has gone up.
Really?
Yeah, so I think this one is probably in the 80,000 range because of the miles at 31,000. But doing some research, I've seen these cars in the 110 to 120 range.
That's crazy.
Now those were, I think you say it, Modinas, which are the hard tops.
Yeah.
I don't know if the convertible market's a little different, but one thing I will notice just now, we're on a hill, and to show you how mechanical this car is, I took my foot off the brake and I had like a little mani panic because we started rolling back in the car behind us.
Yeah, it's essentially a manual, dude. You gotta drive it like a manual. This is that car that mechanically is gonna be sound, it's gonna be reliable, you can drive it, it's fine. But it's gonna have those little things here and there that, you know, you might be at the gas station and like what you were saying, the freaking some sensor's gonna go off. You're gonna, you know, you have to do a bunch of things to make sure everything's working correctly. Ride around with an OBD reader in the car, you know, like, because the check engine light's gonna turn on for everything. And if you're the type of person that needs to take a car to a dealership for everything that goes wrong,
I wouldn't buy one.
I would not purchase one of these at all.
Okay, auto mode is not bad. It's nice for just cruising around town, but I can tell that any type of spirited driving,
no, dude, that's like with everything else. Even like a DCT that's far more advanced than this. You're not f***ing around in
you set them settings up right, and that it
in auto
sport mode. Yeah, dude.
Dude, no way.
I promise you,
I mean, you do hear like clunkety, and I'm sure that's just, you know, shifting gears, whatever, when you shift, but you don't feel a lot of engine movement. You don't feel. You know, you don't feel like I have to be honest, the McLaren, even though how new it was, you felt a lot of engine movement in that car.
Yeah. But
the damping is money.
It's stiff, but it's like, it's
like
luxury
you don't feel
stiff.
every crack on the road like you do in the McLaren.
No.
Like, and it's crazy because this car's so much older. So who's gonna spend 100K on this car, man?
Dude, I think it's for your enthusiast, not just like your normal Ferrari buyer, but somebody that just wants to feel something in life, you know?
Well, I mean, dude, buying one of these cars, I mean, I gotta let you know what you're getting yourself into. You're essentially enrolling in a school of pain and pleasure owning this thing.
Yeah, you would know tons about that school. Anyways, so by the way,
I don't know what you're talking about.
We dropped a little bit of new merch here. Let us know if you want to see it for sale.
Yeah, it's not on any website yet. We just dropped it. Want to see how it come out. If you guys want, you know, interested in them, just drop a comment. We get enough interest, we might set up a pre-sale.
And so that is your 04 Ferrari 360 Spider.
That's right. And don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We got plenty of more content going. We are not slowing this thing down for nothing.
Drop us a comment. First the Aston, now the Ferrari.
Yeah. What do you
next?
guys want to see next?
Drop that Ferrari!
That's your Ferrari.
On today's episode. Sir, how do you like the 2004 Ferrari 360 convertible?
I really love it, actually. It's like a purist car, you know, when I put on my overalls and I, you know, get my
I don't see overalls.
sunshade visor on. I like to drop the top in this beautiful Florida weather and just enjoy some fresh rain.
This doesn't look like beautiful Florida weather to me.
This is Florida weather. This is what we drive Ferraris in.
And with that,
Figure it out.
and with that, that's all for this week on
Shift Society.
Shift Society News.
You're an idiot.